This is to my undergraduate writing professor. An understanding of cut glass for Jack Dan. Here is the green filtered light, an understanding of cut glass, Johnson City's quiet lamplit avenues, full-leaved maples and oaks, nights spent after your class in an old coffee house playing chess with a bearded ex-con, espresso in black cups, the bishop's narrow towers, smoke rising, incense, marijuana, tobacco, a white signal to the sun proclaiming its death and rebirth. You replaced all the bulbs in your house with red ones, better to enter the world with the crimson sun. You became our compass rose, the cry of David Gilmour's guitar, our gateway to the created world, time's lightning flash, singing of lost civilizations. You are the seed and root of my desert meditations. Little explanation. Jack is a science fiction writer, and his first novel was set on a planet that had a giant red sun. And so he replaced all the bulbs in his house and drew the curtains, and that was the light he lived under. He did it for 3 weeks, and kept a journal of his reactions, and then that shaped the psychology of his characters. Good writer. All right, so interestingly, I think it indicates the brilliance and charm and wonder of this person, because he's already had 3 poems dedicated to him, and I'm adding a 4th. August for Kyle Harvey. A month that is always red and gold dust. It is named for the rust-wheat emperor, Orpheus singing a forbidden ballad to the many dead. 49 days past the solstice, the gods have returned to the sacred mountain. Sunflowers bend under lightning. A jagged snake strikes the Uncompahgre Plateau. Canyons flow with blood-red water, the silt of the ancients. Gibbous moon occulted by fierce clouds, the voice of the Sun Father finding fault with the 5th world. The toads call out to Cancer the crab, sent by Hera to slay Heracles, warrior twin. The Ute shamans stay calm in their brush arbors to the north. Eagle wing fans a shield against the assault from above. Antelope hide under centuries, old pine and junipers. A wild horse runs in Unawee Canyon, and I watch the skies anticipating storms. Kyle has a booklet poem called July that he's published part of. We should see the whole thing. So I wrote about it. Here's another split poem. This is Dream After Viewing Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's this, when I saw it for the first time in the 80s in Santa Fe, it's these 3 guys wandering around industrial wasteland in the Soviet Union. But it's really boring. But I sat through the whole thing. There was something gluing me to the seat. And then when I got back to my pickup truck, I couldn't leave because I was shaking so violently. And I realized that that movie was talking to my unconscious. It wasn't communicating to my conscious mind. My conscious mind was like, this is boring. And my unconscious mind was like, holy shit, this is amazing! And it has since become one of my favorite movies. My zone is not green, rather it is crimson desert, where Andrei Tarkovsky said, here I will make my movie about the Holy Trinity. Once I found a uranium mining ghost town out there by Temple Mountain. Formica counter, aluminum table legs shining in the golden alchemical light. Pouring through shattered windows, a steel toaster from 1960, an empty wood bookcase, rusty faucets as dry as the red bluffs beyond. In my dream, I was back in that village, the origin of atomic devices, searching in the radioactive ash, tossing white rags tied to heavy metal fists to find the way. In this manner, I found an oscilloscope, silent under that Soviet sun. Pile of old vacuum tubes, their filaments glowing orange, despite total disconnection, and a petrified wood shard smoothed from the winds of 1,000 centuries. Beyond magic, the thread of the real runs deep beneath the earth. Magic will give you everything. Magic produces only illusions. Talking with a once and future son in the front seat of the car, I feel a cool night wind through an open window, reminding me of what is real and what is not. Miles Davis has a conversation with John Coltrane and then dissolves the quintet. The galaxy still turns on its axis, but not in the same manner as before. As William Burroughs said, everything is permitted. The sun sets over the labyrinth of canyons beyond the long western horizon. All right, this one, this is very recent, and I sent this always when I'm reading his dear friend and brilliant poet, John Knoll, who's very good friends with John Macker as well. And the three of us have done a lot of readings together. John Knoll just turned 80. And he was really my mentor when I lived in New Mexico in the 80s. And a lot of my poetry is really, he's like my lodestar. And I sent this to him and he goes, John, I'm going to steal the first line. And I was like, that was a great compliment. So I'm like, okay, I'll read this. The orange dragonflies of summer, like cocking the shotgun of the unconscious, I'm loading up on Yves Tanguy's imagery. The colors, red, rust, blue, and turquoise. The magpie finds beetles in the aging tarp. Naked men and women study the pattern of reflected sunlight in total silence. A ruby-throated hummingbird starts for the mountains. No one follows. Thus, the revolution dies. The orange dragonfly of summer darts and dives, hunting for the crystallized moon. Two more. Because my daughter is filming, I had to read this one. And I didn't realize, I put all this together, a few days ago, and then I was, kind of running through it again today, and I went, oh yeah, of course. This is called Equinox Park. So here we are at the equinox. But this is about the vernal equinox. So it does seem appropriate for that reason as well. So Equinox Park for my daughters Ursula, who's filming, and Isadora, who's down in New Mexico. Before me, my daughters and their friends play in costume. Red coat with alchemical symbols, black skirt, red headband, mock battles for a blue star carried by a girl in black angel wings, while the one in the blue dress runs the camera. Across the stream, running hard and bright in the sun, sturdy, dark-haired man plays soccer with his son. Short kicks and head passes and the occasional somersault done while flinging the ball with his feet. A Mennonite family has a picnic nearby. Girls in bonnets and long pale blue dresses playing on the steel and plastic slides or monkey bars. Nearby, the Siberian elms, ponderosa pines, redbuds, and spruce sway in the western wind that brings dust from the cemetery and the desert bluffs beyond, a cinnamon reminder of death. Still, for today, it is life we celebrate, the lethal end of Thyrsus, buried in the ground, its green vines climbing toward the sun, here in the Equinox Park. Last, a poem I never get tired of reading and often end with this. This is for my wife Brenda. And this is the title poem of this book, East of Kayenta. A fading sun bathes the mesas and buttes. We pass through a sandstone valley graced by cottonwoods, hogans, old Dodge pickups, and half-wild Appaloosas drifting on sandy hills. You, slender at the wheel, blue eyes gazing westward, guiding us forwards 10 years now, loving comrade on this vast journey. Ahead, the canyons, the high bluffs, the ancient Pueblo cities, the dark volcanic hills, and in the end, the San Francisco peaks, home of the unseen gods, their pine-covered slopes, our destination. Thank you.